You sure?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, we're Joe and Lisa. This is Natty Dogs.
Yep. We're back at the same place we've done. We're done with here.
2 episodes.
Here?
Yeah. Pretty sure we split it into 2. Yeah, we did 2. Either we did 2.
We did 1, but we started over there, then we walked over here.
Yes.
Ooh.
Change of
Yeah.
scenery.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yes.
Sorry for the noise. It's really hard to find places to film that like we can
On the weekends, yes.
Yeah, like get away from people, and like not have too much.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this at the gym today after we went to the Namaste. We did yoga on the Bengals field today.
Mm-hmm.
Killed it.
Good job.
My hamstrings are still intact.
Glad you didn't pop an ACL.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
Yeah. I would have filmed it.
Yeah. I probably would have told you to.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that out loud.
Okay.
But yeah, we did yoga this morning.
We did.
It was nice. It was cool.
It was warm.
Oh, I like the heat. But like the sun was up, and like
it was a good breeze.
It was just cool.
Yeah.
It's cool just laying on the Bengals field in the middle of the sunlight.
I noticed that difference when we were sitting up or standing, like the sound. And you've talked about this before in the stadium, like the sound when we were laying down, I couldn't hear like anything. Like I could hear the instructor, but then I could hear like everything around us. And I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the sound, and I would really like to be down on the field just once during a game just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine that it's so. Because we had this. What were we doing? We were at a. We were being rednecks. We were at a truck pull, and I like looked over to you at one point, and I was like, "Dude, this isn't even as loud as the Bengals stadium is." Until my buddy,
right?
My buddy, Farm Boys from Hell.
Yeah.
Went down the track, but that's a different motor. But like, I was like, the stadium's louder than this.
Yeah.
And I would imagine down on the field that like, it probably gets so loud because people are looking down that it's just like you can feel it. I would think.
We'll have to do the on-field experience one time.
I would just once.
We are going to.
Yeah, we should.
We will.
We will.
Just so that, because I can't remember if the fans get to stay out there while they run. I feel like they get to stay out there while the players run through run out, but I'm not 100% sure. But still,
I feel like
they do.
I feel like I've seen fans.
You said it wasn't going to rain.
It's not going to rain. It's blowing by. Just thundering. No big deal.
I ain't worried.
We filmed podcast in rain.
Yes, we have.
But yeah, it was cool. It was a cool experience. Next year they're gonna do it again, so
yeah,
keep an eye out for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth to go to.
It is.
And I'm not even I don't do yoga on the daily.
$10.
Yeah,
it was.
I don't do yoga on the daily, so.
I don't either. I was doing some back in January, and that was like right after I broke my wrist, so like I had to modify my positions. But today was a lot easier, and I had like a lot better balance, which was huge. Shout out to personal trainer and also doing that. Okay.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's great.
Oh, that's nasty.
Sorry.
But yeah, no. So yeah, we were doing that this morning. It was fun. It was cool.
It was good.
Good experience.
Yeah.
But along the way, we were like, what are we going to talk about? People fly through here, dude.
We are distracted.
People fly through here.
People are flying through here, and it's a park. It is 25.
It's a park.
Maybe 35.
It's 25.
No.
Jesus.
Slow down.
But yeah.
You're going too fast in life.
No kidding. Learn to slow down.
Mm-hmm. See,
But-
God agrees.
Learn to slow down, but keep up the pace. There's a fine line.
Says the one with long legs.
I got places to be. But yeah, we were wondering like what were you going to talk about? But like we'll say, you know, hey, shout out to everybody that interacts with us. Cincy Jake has been killing me lately on that on the old interwebs.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Bantering back and forth with him.
Yeah, it's been good.
It's been good.
Sorry,
Had a lot of
Victoria, I didn't say hi to you this morning. I thought I saw you because I even said to Joe, I was like, I think that's that one girl, Victoria. And he goes, yeah, it is. Go say hi. And I just didn't. Sorry. I suck. You're not supposed to agree on that.
Oh. But yeah, no, like we
A dog? Is that a coyote?
I don't
Cat.
even see any.
Sorry. I'm seeing things. Maybe we should talk about this. Am I losing my mind?
Shit, I don't know. You bring up a good point. I think a lot of people are losing their minds.
I think so too.
While we're there. Yeah, I'm gonna read that what I sent you earlier today
Last night.
because I thought it was really good.
It was last night.
It was not last night. It was
Yeah.
this morning.
No.
Oh, it was last night.
Now who's losing their mind?
I already said I was.
Wait, this is documented.
So I don't know who this person is, but they said something great, and we say this on here all the time.
We just worded it different.
Can I do something before we go into his?
Yes.
I do want to say we're not nuts. I know it looks like I'm probably she's not nuts. Me, on the other hand, I'm probably losing my mind a little bit. I've been through some shit. But with that said,
We're nuts in different ways.
yeah. With that said, it's just organized madness.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. With that said, I think you will forget that this is the internet, and we're not doing this. We're not doing this to please everyone. Not only that, I don't know about you all, but we need money. So, like, you know, we say things on here that doesn't mean that we actually think them or whatever. You know, we're just talking about topics. We're
Yep.
having an open conversation.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean that we believe the things that we say? Does it mean we think that the things that we're saying is true? Does that mean any of that? We always say we could be wrong.
Correct. You should not believe everything you read on the internet. Also, if I'm going to please anybody, it's going to be my damn self.
Right. Right.
Simple as that.
Say hell. Not too many people are very pleasing in this world anymore. So, you know, it's like, it's, you know, but, yeah, we, you know, we can't just be like nice and kind and sweet and gentle all the time because, you know, apparently that's like, you know, doesn't get anywhere because the algorithm doesn't allow anything that's worth a fuck to actually get out there. Which is why I'm pretty fucking harsh whenever I speak, because apparently that's what it takes for people to fucking hear something. I don't like talking like that.
It's also not your place to be soft and kind.
No, it's not. But like, I don't like speaking like that.
That is my job.
Yeah. I just don't like speaking like that, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why this happens. So I've been on the interwebs for quite a while, doing things for quite a while on the interwebs.
I mean, you're older than the internet, so yeah.
Huh?
You're older than the internet, so yeah.
I am older than the internet. So, well. Am I?
Yeah, you are.
That's just when they brought it out for everybody to use.
I wasn't talking about that, but continue.
So, I'm also an engineer. And I'm not saying that to put anybody down, but what I am saying is that my brain thinks at a very high level. So, and I'm not blowing air up my skirt. In all honesty, I wish my brain didn't think at this level, because you all have no idea how painful it is for me to walk around this earth.
As someone who interacts with you daily, it is also. because you forget the simplistic things. Your brain is so
Yeah.
full of the I don't want to say high maintenance, but the higher level thinking that I have to remind you of the simplistic things.
Yeah. Like, and I don't like this. So with that said, I've noticed that whenever we're nice and kind and sweet and gentle, the algorithm pushes it nowhere. But as some people are aware, they have found my other Twitter account. And they tend to think that I actually think that way, or that I speak that way, or that I think that way. So it really irks me whenever I get on there and like I'll talk bad about women just to see what happens, you know?
Right.
And then somewhere along the line, I get backlash for it, and I like laugh because I'm like, oh, that's what it took for somebody to actually hear something. You heard a negative, worthless, fucking sentence. But whenever we do something that's actually good, and like, you know, we're helping charities, we're helping people, we're helping homeless, we're just giving people a spotlight to do something, that goes nowhere. So have you ever wondered why sometimes I like to have Dakota on and let him just fucking spew out my level of thinking a lot? I'm just like, go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Just go ahead, because I know this is going to cause a lot of fucking, you know, whatever.
Yep.
I also think, I'm glad we looked at something yesterday. We looked at the demographics of our podcast on YouTube. And I noticed that like 58% of the people who are watching this are male.
Good.
And that means that I don't need to be adhering to women so much.
Please
That's
don't.
your job. So,
Okay.
It is.
I agree with you, but I also don't agree with you because I don't want to adhere to women.
I'm tired of trying to help women out, so I don't, you know.
I don't blame you.
You say something to a woman and say, hey, you know, this probably isn't a good idea to behave this way, and then you're just a piece of shit. When really it's, dear human, do not behave this way. Karma is real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
It doesn't matter if you have a dick or a vagina. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, I want to say something else. Should we put the gas pedal through the floor?
I mean, you were going to read something also.
I know. Should we put the gas pedal through the floor?
Sure.
If you are a confused man with a penis and you think like, you know, like this is the absurdity of our society. I'll read that in a second, but this is the absurdity of our society. If you have a dick and you think men should be in women's sports, I need you to go look in the mirror and admit to yourself you have a mental issue. Like, dude, if I had a daughter and she went out to go play some kind of sport, like soccer, for instance, not so very harsh, you know, you can go out and learn teamwork, you can form a little camaraderie, you can make friends and stuff like that. You all are not thinking. If you have a dick and balls, that means you have fucking testosterone coursing through your system, which is a different chemical, which means that you have a different amount of rage. Your brain thinks differently.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different chemical hitting your head.
Mm-hmm.
So your aggression is different.
Your energy is going to be different.
The fact that if you turn on the news and they talk about this shit is beyond me. Beyond me. Like, if you watch the news and it doesn't cross your mind to be like, this is where our world is. This is an important thing to talk about. Confused men with a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Testosterone is a chemical that is released by the testicles in a male body. Sorry, there's no way around it. You can't get around that. Sorry, there's no way around it.
Biological science.
It's biological science. And if you're disagreeing with me, and if you're a doctor, go ahead and just take your degree and rip it up and use it as toilet paper.
Yeah.
If you think fluoride is good for you and you're educated, I guess you partied your ass off in college and actually didn't learn anything.
I can attest that that's not fluoride is bad for you because I had a little bit of fluoride water today and it's not been great.
Yeah. That's what happens.
I know.
That's what happens, man.
And I didn't believe you at first.
I mean, if you really want to go into what fluoride is doing, it's a neurotoxin. It has been released that is a neurotoxin.
Mm-hmm.
We said that on this podcast a long time ago.
But many others have also said it.
I know. That's the thing. I don't know why I care so much. Because, you know, you watch other... I know why I care so much. I just don't want to say it on here. All these other people talk about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We get hated on when we talk about this because apparently we're not allowed to be human.
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
No. But at this point, I just consider all those people just NPCs. They're empty vessels walking this earth. They don't even matter.
Yep.
Like, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Don't care. Say it. You're fucking crazy.
Simple as that. And you have a point. There will come a time, and I think we're already there, when people will lose their minds.
Oh yeah, people are already starting to lose their minds. The thing about it is I think people are afraid to admit that they're going through something.
Oh, absolutely. This world has become very desensitized.
Yeah, it's like
and dehumanized.
It has. Like, we're not even human anymore, dude. It's pathetic.
Yep.
It's seriously pathetic where our society has gone. Because like 10 years ago, 10 years ago, you could like talk to your friends about things that you're going through. Now it seems like it's all surface level nonsense.
Uh-huh.
Not all of my friends.
Not all of them, no.
But a lot of people I know, it's just like you can't get any information. You can't have a deep conversation. You can't like,
Right.
It's just, let's go get drunk and fucking smoke weed and do whatever.
That's the thing. People are not in tune with their own selves.
No, they're not. And it's sad because like, and it's, like I said, you know, you say something to somebody or you say something on here, people think you're being an asshole when really you're just like, I want you to be human.
Mm-hmm.
Please be a human.
Right.
Sorry for wanting you to
better your own life.
Better your life. I could give a shit less, honestly. If you don't want to better your life,
sorry I cared.
Sorry I cared. Yeah, sorry I cared. Won't do that next time.
Nope.
So this is what this person said, and I really enjoy it. Do you ever stop and think how absolutely fucking insane our society is? And how we all just collectively pretend it's not.
Yeah, it's wild.
What up, girl? I saw you looking. She did. You didn't see that?
Yeah, continue.
She did.
Okay, continue.
But like, seriously, if you're not having these kind of conversations, like, holy fuck, our society is fucked. I wish the asteroid would just come out of the sky and just, like,
An asteroid or Jesus?
That's a conversation. I'm at the point now where like I don't even see the world the same anymore, because I'm just like, if you are going to just keep pretending like nothing's wrong, if you're going to keep pretending that the things that are going on are actually like okay, like,
right,
I'm just going to go live in solitude away from all of you, because like, my goodness.
Right.
And it's weird. It's like, and I'm not talking to everybody.
No, and just seeing some of the outrageous stuff that some people do.
I know.
I saw a photo today of someone like flipping off a building, and I'm like, did that make you feel good? Did that make you feel better?
Yeah, like,
cool.
What did you do?
Like, congratulations. It's an inanimate. That word.
And
building, and
you know,
you think by doing that it It did anything to the building? Oh, the building's feelings are hurt now because you did that.
Did it put good energy out into the world?
Oh, absolutely. Fucking not.
No. And see, like, this is what I'm saying. It's like, I guarantee you that probably went really far on the internet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Did it?
Yeah.
I have literally handed a homeless guy $50 in the middle of a podcast episode to get him food and a ride home to the shelter he was supposed to get to.
Mm-hmm.
That had 4 views.
Whatever.
4.
Whatever.
Like,
You're not gonna like what I'm about to say.
what?
It doesn't matter if the world sees it. Who gives?
Well, I know. I don't care.
Right.
My point is that maybe we should just open every single podcast episode like this, and maybe it'll be like, oh my God! And they'll just explode.
Mental note, make that the thumbnail.
Make that the thumbnail. Like, I mean, I just think I hope other people actually see that.
Right.
I don't know if I'm like pointing something out that other people don't notice, but it's like
I think part of what we want to do with the podcast is we want to open people's minds and get people starting to have conversations,
right,
whether with themselves or with others.
right, and you should.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just don't know if other people notice these things. I'm like, do you all notice this, or am I the only one?
We know of a few people who notice it, but not enough.
Right. It's like, I mean, I don't care. I'm always going to do good things in the world because I would rather live in that kind of world than the opposite. But like,
Agreed.
how people don't notice that I'm going to go hard. Today, posted a video of a bird that had landed on my car, and it's like sunny and it's a pretty bird, and I'm like, oh, good morning, and went nowhere.
Yep.
You're all not going to like what I'm about to say. And then I noticed something that had millions of views. Millions. And it was talking about this lady that cut off a little girl's head, and she walked around the street, and she got released from a psychiatric hospital after they cured her, and it had millions of views. Now do you get my point? The point is that when you do something good in the world and it gets out and it actually shows off in the world that people see goodness,
Mm-hmm.
that's energy being generated. But when they only see bad shit all the time, it puts your brain in a bad spot.
Why do you think storms hit in certain areas? Because of the energy in the air.
Well, I mean, yes.
Yes.
Also the geographic location and
That you're
way
right.
the
It matters as
topography
well,
and
but there's been
the
plenty
way
of
that
times.
the front comes in. And
Yes, but there's been plenty of times that you and I have been filming and they've called for bad storms. And because we've been putting out good energy.
I mean, there is compelling evidence to that.
Yes, there is.
There is absolute compelling evidence to that situation. I really hope these people are not coming over here to take photos.
I have a feeling they are.
We're going to cut this one short.
Problem, but that's all right. I might walk around the park, or who knows.
We'll see.
Anyways,
We'll see.
but no, you're right. There is evidence. There's evidence of it because there's an energy to storms, and the energy that you put out matters.
Yes, it does. It absolutely does.
Yes, it does.
It does. But yeah, like these are the kind of things that are going out into the world.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine a little kid sees somebody walking around with a decapitated head.
Congratulations, that kid has trauma.
There we go. Whether you like it or not, the things that you see can cause trauma. It can also cause you to be triggered.
Yep.
And if you don't beat the demons that your parents couldn't beat, that put trauma on you as a child, and if you try to say, no, that's not real, that didn't happen, and all that, you're just denying yourself joy and happiness.
Isn't that called something?
I don't know what.
Generational curse.
Yep. If you can't beat the demons your parents couldn't, you are not breaking generational curses. You are falling into the same bullshit that was put on you as a kid.
Exactly. If your parents were alcoholics or drug addicts, you are 8 times more likely to fall into that. You have to be the one to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to fight like hell to get through it.
Yeah.
But you have to break it. Because what's on the other side?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
What's on the other side?
Or
fucking freedom.
Freedom, yes. Like, and that's why when anybody thinks that I'm nuts,
yeah,
I'm like, you have no idea, A, what I've been through in life.
Correct.
B, how crazy you are. Because you haven't done self-reflection enough. You haven't fought with your inner demons enough. Trust me. Until you actually do your inner work, you'll have no idea.
Oh, yeah. Well, we just touched on it at my job, too. We did a little learning thing about authenticity. To be one's authentic self, you have to self-reflect.
You have to self-analyze. This is awareness. That's all this is. This is just awareness. This is awareness of my surroundings and myself.
All right.
This is emotional control.
All right.
It's not like I've had this my whole life.
No, I mean, you say it all the time. You're not blowing smoke up your skirt. We both know in the past that we have been shitty humans.
Oh yeah, I've been a shit human.
I will admit to my own faults.
Yeah.
I will admit that I've gossiped about people. Yeah, I've talked about people. I've said shitty things about people, but I own up to it. And then I apologize to those people when they had no idea I even did that to them. But for my own self, I only did to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably going to come over here.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, like...
It's raining now.
I mean, like I said, it's like, dude, I'm not a saint.
Mm-mm.
I did the whole 2:30 in the morning text, and hey, what's up? I'll give you the best 3 minutes I got. Bye.
Damn, you were a fuckboy?
Fuck yeah, I was. That was a good one, too.
Oh, goodness sakes. Okay.
I guess so. Never mind. We'll not put that on camera.
Let's not.
Call me. Huh? Don't call me.
The fun thing is I get to drive the car after we're done with this, so...
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're all going to enjoy that video. Me shitting my pants or having a heart attack, one or the other. But yeah, no, like... Yes, we've all made mistakes in life. That's called learning.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not actually fixing your behavior and fixing if you don't fix the patterns that you're living in, if you don't realize your attachment style, if you don't realize what makes you do certain things, you're just going to keep repeating a cycle. And not only are you going to keep repeating a cycle, you're going to hurt people. You're going to hurt people.
Especially yourself.
That's usually all you do is hurt yourself in that process. That's pretty much what you do. But you hurt other humans. And the last thing I would want to do is hurt another human.
Correct.
That's just called being honest.
Yeah.
It's funny how far honesty will get you.
Get you pretty far.
Should I pull out the old black book?
Sure.
Page 69, paragraph 4. Oh, I don't know if I want to say that out loud.
Okay.
Guys, if you want to find it easier to get a girl to have fun with you, just be honest with her and tell her what you want to do.
Yeah.
It won't work 100% of the time.
No.
It's 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3, it'll work.
But you are right, because from a woman's perspective, if you just dance around it and then she has to be the one to take control, that's really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to take control of everything else in our life. Sorry, ladies, that's the one area most of us don't want to have to be in control.
Right. Also, when a man loves you enough and cares enough about you to see the trauma you've been through and knows about the things you've been through, and he's being gentle with you, you can't be upset with him.
You cannot weaponize that against him.
Yeah, you cannot weaponize that. You're weaponizing love. That's what that is.
That's some shitty ass behavior.
Yes. It is. It's shit behavior. You're a shit human. Like, I don't even care to say it.
Nope.
And there are people that I love and cherish and I care for in this world very, very, very much that fell into that. And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Yep.
Because then at that point, it's like, damn, I was laying next to somebody I didn't even know.
Mm-hmm. I've been there.
Which then means that they didn't even know themselves, which also means that they truly weren't being themselves with me, which means that they were laying next to somebody who didn't even know them, which means they were just giving themselves up to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
This is also where communication comes in. Anyways, back
Yes.
to that spot. Guys, seriously, just be honest.
Yeah.
Watch how far it goes.
Get you pretty far.
It will.
Because lying to a woman is not wise.
No, don't lie to a woman. She'll find out.
Yes.
Women are like the FBI.
Yes. That is called intuition, inkling. Some people like to call it mother's intuition. I just think it's called nature's intuition. And because women are in tune, most women, let me rephrase that. Women should be in tune with their emotional self. They can sense it.
Yeah.
If they can't sense it, they're gonna dream it. And then they'll
Well,
know.
men will do the same thing. The thing about men, and we've shown this on here, the thing about men is that most men think it's not a good idea to feel emotion. You just push everything down. Don't feel your emotions. Da, da, da. All you're doing is you're not controlling your emotions,
Correct.
which then you're leaving yourself up for somebody else to control you.
Right.
And the thing about it is that when you learn to control your emotions, you know how to feel them. So then, like, if you're around somebody and you're getting a bad sensation, instead of being like, what the hell, I'm going to stay away from this person,
Right.
which you should do anyways, but like you learn who not to be around
Correct.
quicker,
Absolutely.
which then you save yourself time and effort with some
With another being.
useless woman. And, you know, like,
Yeah, it saves you time.
saves you time.
I will agree with you on that.
And this is hard truth to hear.
It is.
And people are probably going to disagree and be like, no, these guys are fucking insane or
Okay,
stupid.
well, if you disagree, then come have a conversation with us.
That's true.
Like, we're not saying we want to debate you. We want to have a sit down with you and talk to you and understand your why.
Right. Like, you can't just attack us and then be like, and then just, you know, see us walking down the street and like, you can't just do that.
No.
Like,
you do. I'm sorry. If that happens, if someone attacks us online and then they see us in person and they run away, you're gonna feel my emotional frustration, and I'm gonna end up saying something that you probably don't want to hear.
yeah.
Because as much as Joe lets loose on here, I haven't. But I'm getting to that point. Almost did today, but I stopped myself because I didn't want to give into the bullshit.
Yeah. I know, right? He agrees.
All right. And the two people that I told of what I really wanted to say, both of those people were like, damn, you should say that. Because I'm right.
What were you going to say?
See,
it's not easy, is it? It's not.
No.
It's not easy to actually say what you want to say on here. This is why.
Do you want me to say it?
Huh?
You want me to say it?
Well, I don't know what it is, but sure.
Yes, you do.
Nope.
That's what I told you earlier about we were called something. And I said, I want to respond this way.
Oh, no, go ahead and say it. Hit it up.
I just think it's funny that someone thought that.
You want me to do it?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
No, it is my words.
No, I'm not talking about that.
No, but I just think it was funny that someone online called us both woke. I was like, okay, like no, you and I are
Dude.
nope. You and I are the farthest thing from it. And the not goodness in me,
Your duality.
my duality and the brattiness in me wanted to comment back and be like, oh, if I'm so woke, then I'm gonna take your bitch and fuck her right.
There you go. I like when people call me gay because I'm like, oh, you think I'm gay? Is that your girlfriend? Tell her to bend over. I'll show her how gay I am.
Right.
And I've said that to a couple dudes, and they're just like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
you don't want to.
And
you don't
time
wanna-
out. My favorite people on this planet are actually gay people.
Yeah.
Not the crazy ones.
No.
Actual gay people who know how to love other
Correct.
humans.
Correct. But yeah,
I said it to Dakota. I said, dude, it's just another form of loving someone. At least they love someone and treat somebody correctly.
this is true. But yeah, you don't want to push women to that side of themselves where they
No.
let that extreme emotion out.
Right.
Like,
And then if a woman hasn't gone through and self-reflected and she's aware of herself, all of that's just going to come out in a big explosion. And then a few weeks, few months later, she's going to look back and be like, what did I do?
exactly.
So you're not helping yourself.
No. There's a time and a place where sometimes you got to let that out, but
Yeah.
that's knowing your energy, knowing how to handle it, and knowing when to let it out.
Like,
Another word for that is fucking charisma.
right. And like, I'm just going to say it. The whole woke agenda thing is a bunch of bullshit. And if you buy into it, you are absolutely out of your mind. I don't care to say it. You're not living life
Right.
correctly.
Like nobody likes to, like that time has come and gone kind of thing. So like,
Right.
times are changing, change with them. Change is not
Yeah.
a bad thing. You just kind of go.
What's
from
up, dude?
there, so.
Padres fan? Yep. Are you in town?
To watch the game?
How did you go to the game? Oh,
Aw,
man. All right. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Are you all enjoying Cincinnati? Yeah. Have you all gone over to Mount Adams at all? No. I mean, this park is nice and everything, but you all need to go over to Mount Adams and go. There's what's that church called?
I don't know.
Go over to Mount Adams and go where the bars are, and at the top of the hill, you'll see the church. Go over to behind the church and look at the city. You all will absolutely enjoy it.
What is it called again? Sorry.
Mount Adams.
It's right down the road down here. Can't miss it.
You'll see the church. If you just look it up on the
And
map.
there's a like restaurants and stuff, and the Blind Lemon's up there, which is a really cool bar to go see. And
a really good pizzeria up there called Not Your Mama's Pizza. It's really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff up there.
Yeah.
While you're all walking around and everything. I think we scared that guy because we were like, no, you're. He was like, oh shit, they're talking to us.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's another lost thing.
Lost art.
The lost art, communicating with other humans.
Right.
That's what I said. Like 10 years ago, I could like look at somebody and be like, hey, dude, how's it going? Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Now people just have this big ass fucking wall up, and it's like,
Or you look at them wrong and they're like,
right. It's like, quit being offended because,
say hi.
like, dude, I'm also human. I have
Yes.
bad days too.
Yes, we all do.
That doesn't mean that I'm going to just instantly walk up to you and treat you like shit.
Mm-mm.
Honestly, it'd be great if you wouldn't be so
Oh,
cut
absolutely.
off, because then you
Like-
can make me feel better and I can make you feel better and we
Right.
can all be
like,
better.
What happened at the time of just giving somebody a compliment? I think the other day when I was at the mall, I complimented the cashier who helped me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I made her entire day by what I said. Like she lit up after I said that, and this was as I'm leaving. I was just like, "Hey, you have such a beautiful energy and a good light. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you for making my interaction great with you." And she was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." And I was like, "Have a good night." And then I said bye. I'm sure that stuck with her for the rest of the night.
Probably did. Can I say something from a man's perspective?
Yes.
Ladies, you are making it very incredibly hard for a man to even communicate with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as a guy looks at you, you're like, oh, what the fuck, this fucking creeper. And it's like, dude, how do you expect to actually form a connection with a human if you won't allow a man to just talk to you?
Yeah.
There's a very vast difference when I'm just like communicating to a person
Mm-hmm.
compared to like when I'm trying to hit on somebody. Like it's a very it's just
Highly entertaining.
She's watched me fail quite often. But that's okay. That's okay. It's all a numbers game. Rejection doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just move on.
It builds your confidence.
Yeah. I almost said something, but I don't want to say it in case they see it. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but yeah, no, like I've also noticed something else. I don't know if other people have noticed this. Dakota and me kind of went, I was like, you think there's a population collapse? And he went, fuck yeah, there is.
There is.
There is. And this is why, is because people have forgotten how to communicate with each other. And then when you're in a relationship with somebody and you're giving your all to them, they don't appreciate it. And then they just keep going to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, which is just draining your soul.
Mm-hmm.
And one day you're going to wake up and you're going to say, oh shit,
Mm-hmm.
I'm old. Like one day,
Yeah.
I'm old and alone
Yeah.
because of my decisions I made.
Yeah.
I fumbled my blessings.
Mm-hmm.
God doesn't just give out blessings.
Nope.
No, he does not. And
then you just go buy a cat or a dog or a guinea pig, thinking that'll fix the hole in your heart.
which I think is funny because if you're taking care of an animal, you would think that like your love emotion and your caring side of you and your nurturing side of a woman would come out. But if you treat I'm not saying don't be kind and nice to animals. What I'm saying is if you treat an animal better than you treat a human, how do you expect to ever have something in life? How? I mean, I've had dogs, I've had cats, been around horses, birds. I have some pet foxes running around I'm trying to bait. Come near me so I can pet one. We'll go get some shots after that. But like, you know.
Gotcha.
Rabies. But like raccoons, it's like, dude. Hidden secret, everything is a creation on this earth. These trees, the rain, the water, everything is created.
Fucking stone right here.
So what do you think's in it?
Life.
Keep going.
Life.
Keep going.
Energy.
Keep going. Go higher. Way higher.
How about you just tell me?
God.
Yeah. Well, you said life.
I know.
God is life. Life is God.
And there is God and people. No, I'm not saying me or you. I'm saying like,
No,
dude,
you're right.
and I said, if you don't have the vision, if you don't believe in God, you're not going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you don't believe in it.
You
Because you're living life at a lower level.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you ever supposed to see it?
Right.
Like I love somebody like, prove it, prove that God's. I'm like, if you can't see it, you're never gonna.
Right. If you can't see it in yourself, you'll never see it.
And as we said a few minutes ago on here, we have not been great humans.
No.
Back then,
You've done the 2 a.m. text. I've done the 2-hour drive after getting off at 10 o'clock.
oh, only 2 hours?
I mean, I'm not saying that's the
I think
only
the
time.
first.
I don't feel like
That's
this goes in
fine.
all
You
of
don't
my
need to.
personal
I think the
information.
furthest I ever drove was 4.5.
I mean, I didn't say it was great. The
I think I
night
drove
before,
four-
I did something in the 2 hours. I drove somewhere. So
I think it was 4.5. And out of 10, it was probably a 3. But like,
Yeah, I agree. I pimped myself out for some chicken and some shoes. So
yeah, there you go. There you go. Damn, did you make any money?
no, I had to spend my own money on my chicken and my shoes.
Wow.
And then on the way back into Cincinnati, I got rear-ended.
Karma.
Literally, I was driving. It's like God's punishing me.
Yeah. Oh, I do things all the time, and like, something will happen. Something will happen, and I'll just be like, I hear you.
Yeah.
You know, and like, but those things start to go away once you start figuring it out.
Yes,
Not saying they don't happen.
correct. Life still happens.
Right. But no weapon formed against you will ever prosper if you actually live the way you're supposed to.
Correct.
I didn't make these rules.
You did not.
The fact that I'm saying this out loud is rather shocking to me because I never, ever in 33 out of 36 years of my life would ever say anything like that. So like, and the fact that it pains me when I see people who I love on this earth in there. I'm just like, guys, like just the bad things that happen to you wouldn't happen all the time if you would just
Let go and give it to him.
just let go. Just let go.
Yeah.
I know they won't see it. If you tell somebody to let go, but you still behave as a fucking moron, God help you.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, like, because that's not the right kind of letting go.
No.
No, that's not the right kind of letting go.
Nope.
But seriously, like the reason why I don't like talking like this on here, even though I think we should, is because we saw certain people at the stadium today, and the thought crossed my mind is like, if they see a video like this where we're talking like this and they don't know us, they're going to be like, all these people are insane.
Right.
That person just went the wrong way on a turnabout. Not that person. These.
Yeah, I know. I see what you're saying.
Jesus.
Roundabouts are hard, dude. Roundabouts are hard.
And you're still going the wrong way, bro. Come on.
Yeah, so. Oh God. Oh God. Okay.
What are you doing? What are you?
I don't know what they're doing. This is fun.
But yeah, no, like
Yeah, we saw that.
we saw that. We definitely saw that.
People, man. People. What you were saying, people that we interacted with, like, if they see us post this, they're like, oh,
Right. Yeah. Like,
oh, crazy.
and this isn't crazy. This is awareness. This is actually people having an actual conversation. This is not surface level. This is real life stuff.
Right.
That was weird. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Damn, this might be the last time we ever film here. But yeah, it's like I don't really care what people think about me. I honestly care more about what people think about you, because you are a very good human being, and I don't want people to think negatively of you for the things I say.
That's on them.
I know that, but like I don't want them to think negatively of you.
You're the one who had to. You're the one. I know this, but you had to reteach me. That is on them.
I know.
I hear what you're saying.
I also don't understand that there are other podcasts out there in the world that talk about things that we want to talk about, and no one ever bitches and complains about them. Because if people would stop bitching and complaining to us, maybe we could talk about things like Bigfoot and what we think.
Or other topics that are really important.
I know, but like,
That's why it's really frustrating. People are like, "Oh, we've had a conversation with you about this," or like we've talked to you about this. We've had this conversation. I don't want to sit down with you again and have this conversation. That sounds.
Why not?
Well, yeah. One, why not? And two, that sounds completely one-sided.
it's also not being a friend.
No, it's not.
I have many friends.
Accountability.
I have many friends that I have friends in my friend group that don't like Trump. I have friends in my friend group that like Trump. Still hang out with each other, still drink beers together, still hang out, don't give a shit because we're just human.
Yeah. Because what's at the center of that?
Love between people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, it's like, dude, like, and I say this all the time. This world, time out. If you all haven't figured out yet that it's all just a show, it's all fake, and they're just causing your brains to flip around and none of it's real. If you would actually realize that, like, you're lowering your standards of living by diving down that road that is just darkness.
If you're engaging in the chaos.
If you're engaging in the chaos, your standard of life is low. Turnabouts are hard. This is why I always say, this world is ran below my standards of living. Therefore, I do not participate. I don't pay attention. I do not care. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that I don't care about this world. That doesn't mean I don't care about people. It doesn't mean I don't care about the things going on in the world. I'm just not going to lower myself to this nonsense.
Correct.
That doesn't mean I can't have a conversation with somebody who wanted to vote for Kamala Harris. It doesn't mean I can't have a conversation with wanted to vote for Trump. I don't care. Mm-hmm. Because this world has gotten to a spot that is just like, why would I?
Right.
Why would I put that much anxiety and put a spin on my brain? That's another. Dude, years ago, I used to watch all this political bullshit. I used to watch everything going on in the world, and I start freaking out, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Oh my God, that was going on in my brain, which is probably going on in other people's brains. And it's like, dude, you're doing it to yourself.
Right.
You're doing it to yourself. What are you going to do?
Your sense of reality is collapsing.
What are you going to do? You have no control.
Correct.
None.
If you're letting the world run you, yeah.
If you're letting the world run you, you're not being a human. Mm-hmm. You're not being a person. You have no identity.
Yep. And if you have no identity, then what's the purpose of your life?
You're just an NPC. Mm-hmm. You're an empty vessel walking this earth, wasting my air. Mm. Mm-hmm. Putting out bad energy.
Yep, you're right.
You're letting it win.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that getting on a high horse or anything. I'm saying that from somebody who used to dwell in that mindset. And then when I quit, my life got better. And I noticed when other people quit, their lives got better. So then I went, oh, now I get it.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's okay to think.
Yes.
You know, like it's okay to look at it and think about it. I mean, we
But
talk
that's
about
the purpose of your brain.
we talk about politics every once in a while and like talk about what's going on in the world and talk about whatever. But
Every now and then.
it's just like a real quick conversation. Like, do you
Yeah.
see this shit? Damn.
Yeah.
Are nukes real?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Are nukes real?
No, I think so. Because I'm not sure where you're going, and I think there's some things that you have seen that I have not seen.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because if they were, my grandmother says this quite often. She's like, she, you know, my grandmother's up there and whatever. She's like, if I was God, she was like, you all better be thankful I'm not God, because if I was, I would have destroyed this shit a long time ago. And I'm like, you're right, because if I was God, I would have just wiped this out by now. Because
Yeah, but here's the thing with that. He already tried that. And because he found one faithful person, he created something as promised to never do that to the earth again.
Did he?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then why does everybody be like, all of this was prophesied in the Bible?
What do you mean?
The things happening in the world.
Because things will happen at some point.
So then you're saying that he's going to do something again.
Yes, but not completely do what he did the first time.
Yeah. With a flood?
In general.
I think it's going to be a fire.
Again, in general. Because you're thinking in the old books. You're forgetting about the new books.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Which reminds me, I have to show you a video after we do this, after we're done filming.
And this is a thing too that.
And this is where you and I sometimes disagree.
I know.
And that's okay.
All right, look at us. We're still standing here.
Exactly.
You see what I'm doing? I'm thinking. Wow, I'm using my brain.
Guys, I did it. I got him to think.
Like, how do I put this? This is why I don't like when people find videos like this where we're talking like this and they think this is how these people are. That is living at a much lower level than me.
Correct.
Because the way I do it is like you just said that, and I like put it right here and I look at it and I observe it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what do I think about that? Interesting.
I can always tell when you're thinking because your tone gets softer.
Like it's not like it's we are thinking beings, and so is every
No, everybody's not a thinking being.
Oh, I almost gave everybody a compliment.
Fuck that.
Some people are thinking beings, and you shouldn't hate on them because they think. Maybe you should hate on yourself because you don't.
Yeah. I don't want to think. It's too hard. Get fucking uncomfortable with yourself.
Yeah, get uncomfortable, dude. Comfort gets you nowhere. I mean, dude, this year has been absolute shit for me.
Yep.
Absolute shit.
Yeah.
Real talk. I'm like 150 square feet away from being homeless, and that's real. And I have like, aside from some clothes, I am 4 items away from not having anything. So like, but you'd
never know it.
It's just life. Now, I was also thinking about this. This is where. Remember how we were talking about you and Lexi wanted to do a podcast episode, and
Yeah.
I wanted to have one of our buddies on, and I asked him, and he said no. The reason why isn't because I want to bring somebody on here and just let them dismantle themselves. The reason why is because she is a woman and I am a man. That doesn't mean I'm not going to say things to her that I wouldn't say to anybody. The difference is that when I'm speaking to a man, my brain gets into a different spot.
Different way of like.
Yeah, and I get more aggressive, and I'm like, you know, like when I was talking to Dakota, and I was like, you are a fucking man. You are put here to fucking suffer until you get it. But I can't do that with you. I just can't do it I can't do it with you.
No, you cannot, because then I'm going to cry. You're going to trigger an emotion in a woman, whether it be frustration or tears.
Right, and this is a good point. The reason why I can't do that with her is because of that. The reason why I can do it with a man is because typically a man can handle it. As long as they have understanding and you know, whatever. Like me and like, I'm pretty sure if it was any other guy that I was having that conversation with, we probably would have gotten a fist fight. But me and Dakota,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, he's my dude. So like,
Right. Well, there's been times that you and I have been at it at each other, and because we're both on a emotional wavelength that wasn't good, we almost completely just like hung up on each other. But in that moment, in my heated emotion, I let logic take over, and I was like, no, don't hang up the phone, just give me a minute.
I have gotten her to be like, you know what, fuck you. I have gotten her to do it. I have gotten her to say it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to back off a little bit.
Yeah, because when I said it, it then triggered something in you to then
I know.
almost hang up the phone.
I know.
But we worked through it.
We worked through it. We communicated.
Exactly.
We worked through it.
Shit, is that how life's supposed to be?
I think so.
Oh, damn.
I think that's how you're supposed to have
High five.
interpersonal communication.
Got it. Wow, I literally said high five, and I know you didn't do it, and I looked like an idiot.
There you go. See, now
Thanks.
you look normal.
That was rude.
Sorry, I'm looking at these people
I
taking a
know,
picture.
it's
I
okay.
don't want to fuck up their picture. They're taking
I get that.
engagement pictures.
Or they're just taking a couple photos.
No, they're taking engagement pictures.
How do you know it's engagement pictures?
They have a photographer with them. They are dressed nice, and they are looking like they're in love, and they're showing their rings off.
Thank you. That is what I wanted clarification on.
Good for you. Gross.
Really?
Let me be.
No. I'm not gonna. No. I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm not gonna let you sit in your misery.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna do it, but thanks.
I'm not. My eyes are closed, so do whatever you want. I instantly regret saying that.
I'm glad she didn't see that.
Okay. I'll watch film later.
You're gonna hate me when you watch this back. You're gonna be like, I can't
yeah,
believe he did that on film.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna make it into a short. And then it'll take off. See, you have to remember, I'm always thinking like 6 steps ahead of you.
But so this is what we were. We've noticed a lot of people we're getting a lot of traction with shorts and stuff like that, which is great because we're getting traction.
Right.
The problem with it is that at least this is what I see. People are going to start seeing shorts, and then they'll actually go watch a video, and they're like, "Well, this is dumb," and they're not going to understand what we're doing.
Correct, because people have short attention spans.
And it's not like that's the thing. Like we do a variety of things. Like we do.
Oh yeah.
We do sporting stuff. We do Cincinnati things. Like we make sure we film around the city so people can see it. Like people that are in town for a baseball game and yada yada yada. We talk about life. We talk about.
We don't have just one niche.
Yeah, we don't have it. That's what I think is funny. Like how do people hate us? Because what are you going to hate on? We talk about everything. So it's like, and then if you don't like what we talk about, come on here and speak. Oh, it's not easy.
No.
So,
I don't see how construction ties into being woke, but whatever.
Don't let some moron.
I'm not.
You don't want me to reply to you. You don't want me to pull that out, trust me.
You don't want me to pull it out either.
Because I do know that about myself. I am, and she can attest to this. If that side of me comes out, it is rather terrifying.
Yes, it is.
I won't even touch you. I will just speak.
Yep.
I'm not a very violent person, you know. I'm not a. I mean, I do kickboxing and stuff. And I even told my kickboxing instructor, I'm like, yo, man, I'm not really a violent person. I'm trying to get a workout in, you know.
You're not violent.
I'm not violent, but like,
there's only been one time that you've actually scared me, and that's when that side came out.
when did that happen?
We were on the phone, and you were screaming on the phone.
Oh, if you ever want proof that God's real, I'm going to talk about this. So I was having a good day.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a good day. I went to the gym. I was talking on the phone with you before I went to the gym.
Yep.
I was like, all right, I'm going to go work out, dude. I'll talk to you later. And then I called you after the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through the phone call, you just like suddenly stopped and you're like, hey, did something happen at the gym or something?
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
you're like, no, nothing fucking happened.
No, nothing fucking happened. What the fuck? And you're just like, and I was like, dude, my rage is just increasing.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know why. I haven't taken any weird supplements today. I haven't taken anything that I normally don't take. I'm not drunk. I'm not on any substances. I don't know.
You did that, and I was like, okay, no, you're not going to speak to me like that. I'm a little elevated right now.
Right.
And even when I'm not elevated, you will not speak to me like that.
Right. And then someone called me. And it was just suddenly just like, oh shit, they're calling me.
No, you really were like, oh my God. And I'm like, what? You're like, this person's calling. And I said, what? And then you're like, I gotta go. And I was like, okay.
And then an onslaught of just 2 hours of things that I had never said came out. That I would not have wanted to be on the other end of that. Because it was brutal. And it was truth.
Right. I think the reason why it was wild for me to slightly hear that is because you and I earlier in the year went through something that was slightly emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't see that come out. But I did, but I saw it in a different way.
Yeah. It was a
mask.
It was
a lens.
Yeah, it just changed.
Yeah.
I was just like, nope, no more.
So the fact that I saw it again, but in a different emotion, that's why I was like, are you okay?
Yeah. It was like my emotions were being ramped up beyond my control.
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
It was.
Wild.
It was.
It was really wild. It really was. It was a wild experience. I had never felt that before.
Yeah.
I think God had happened because it made other things easier. So it was like, oh, I finally got it out.
Yep. It's changed your trajectory, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Which is unfortunate.
It is, but life goes on.
Life, is just very unfortunate.
But life goes on.
I'm aware.
I know you're aware.
Smile
about it, bitch.
I'm still human. As much as I don't like to be.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on that note, I'm kidding.
I want to...
You hate when I do that.
I do, because you stopped my train of thought.
Sorry.
I want to say something, but I don't want to say something on here.
I'm not sure where you're going with it, so
if
just say it.
How about this? Ladies, if you want to know why you should never treat a man in certain ways, go watch her in her friend's episode with her reading the notes on how something made me feel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just me. I feel like there's a large disconnect with women being actual women and that being a problem
You think?
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I'm trying to be gentle. I know there's a disconnect. I can't believe
Are
women
you supposed to be the one that's supposed to be gentle?
No. I can't believe women are portraying themselves this way because you're just hurting other women.
Tell me
How
more.
how can a woman say, I'm this and this and this and yada yada, I'm never going to take this from a fucking man and blah blah blah, and then you treat a man like shit? You treat a man like shit.
Santino hates that song.
That song just reminds me of tailgating in Longworth. Like, if you treat a man like shit, do you not think there's repercussions for that?
No, not at all.
My view on women after this last year I am trying to pull it out of my brain because I don't like it. Like, I don't like it, not for me. I don't like it because I don't know what happened to women. I don't know what happened to them. Not all of them.
Correct.
Not all of them. The thing about it is, I do see a lot of women out there that are like, they get upset about a breakup or they get upset about whatever, and they're trying to find somebody to be with.
Why?
Hold on. They're trying to find somebody to be with. Then you got a man that was giving his all in a relationship that a woman just dismantled. So when you have a woman trying to find a good man, and this good man suddenly is just like, fuck it. How is this woman ever going to find a good man?
She's not.
That's why I want to like look at women and be like, do not get mad at me for saying this. Nope. Here's a harsh reality of what you're doing. You can sit there and talk about how you're a strong, independent woman, but you're behaving like a fucking man.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen men treat women like complete and total shit, and that woman still hang around him. And I've seen women treat men like kings, and they go do dumb things and hurt that woman.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't treat each other so bad. That doesn't mean that you can't leave a relationship. That doesn't, if you're having, I'm talking about just normal relationship. If you get to a point where you're like, hey, but if you don't communicate those and like you cause somebody trauma, let me repeat that. You cause a human being trauma. How are you helping out anyone?
Yeah. Okay, say whatever you want to say.
Hold on, I'm thinking.
Okay.
My hand is up. I can't see her.
Clearly, because you can't see what I'm doing.
Ladies, stop being offended when a man is trying to help. Tell you what's happening to a man and what he is experiencing and how he views women, and know that a woman did that to him. I said this today.
Stop invalidating men's feelings.
Yeah. We are human. We do have feelings. And the funniest thing is that most men don't know how to feel their feelings or control their emotions. One day you're going to put yourself in a bad spot. One day. One day you're going to come across a guy who is not intelligent. One day you're going to come across a man that's aggressive. and you're a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit how strong and independent of a woman you think you are. Your body is not made to. You are supposed to be nurturing and gentle and kind.
Mm-hmm.
And man is supposed to be a protector and a warrior.
You will be overpowered.
Yes. Like there's a reason why this is a real reason why I think they say don't ever hit a woman. It's not because of, you're not supposed to do that. It's because your physical body can handle things a woman's can't.
Mm-hmm.
A woman's body can handle things a man's can't, by the way. I'm not,
Correct.
it goes both ways. But
does.
it's, let's be logical here. But like, for instance, I don't know the story. I don't know the background. I don't know any of this. All I know is what I saw on video. I saw this girl. She was messing with this dude. Obviously pissed him off. He picked up a gun. She took off running, and he shot her in the back. Welcome to testosterone and male aggression.
Mm-hmm.
What happens there is that your brain just kind of...
Your logic shuts off.
Your logic shuts off.
Your emotion takes over.
And if you don't know how to control your emotions, and you're just running off of rage,
you're screwed. Because that's the thing. People have an IQ, an EQ, and an SQ. And if you don't know how to manage all three of those, you're in for a rude awakening, and life is going to continue to kick your ass.
Okay, let's say, like, whenever I've like almost made you cry, I'm not yelling at you.
No.
I'm just expressing myself and my emotion.
Correct.
Imagine if I was physical.
We would not be friends.
But imagine if I was physical.
Correct.
Do you really think that you'd be able to handle that?
No.
No. That's honesty.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why I don't get physical. I work out 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God's coming back for us.
Huh?
Nothing. Continue.
Oh, was she looking?
No!
Damn it. Call me. She'll be back. They always come back. But no, like, seriously. I don't get physical with men. But ladies, you piss men off. And like, if you get a guy that just...
No, you're absolutely right, because that has happened in my past where it wasn't directed at me. It was directed at an inanimate object, but it happened and I instantly got up and left the room and then cried my eyes out.
Mm-hmm.
Because my brain is going, what if that was me?
Right. And like the thing about it is like male aggression is terrifying for a woman to see.
Yes.
It's like, also, I hate when I see these videos. Ladies, if there's two men fighting, just let them go.
Yeah, don't get in the way.
Don't get in the way. Just let them go. Let your man get his ass beat, and then whatever,
Right.
and he'll
like,
have to learn later. And like, this is what I did wrong, and I have to fix this.
Yeah, people talk about like seeing red. Men's aggression is seeing red all the time when they're angry. Their mind goes blank. Their emotions take over if they don't know how to handle it, and you will get hurt if you are in the way.
Honestly, it would piss me off more if a girl got in my way as I'm trying to fight, because I'm like, hey, I'm trying to fight here. Can you please get out of my way?
You've said this before. If there was ever a situation, you would not want me to you don't want me to be there, because then your mind is not solely on the one thing you have to go attack.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind is on two things: attack and protect.
Yeah, and if you put a man in a position where he's trying to protect you and attack something, he's going to lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thank God for this battle. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a violent person. I don't fight.
No.
But like, you shouldn't. Like, I mean, I'm just sorry. It's just male aggression is different than what a woman can handle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Men duke it out and then they're fine.
Right,
Women,
ladies.
you're fucking passive aggressive. You'll hold on to it forever. You'll have a
You'll-
little fight. You'll pull each other's hair a little bit, but then you're still gonna be a bitch to that bitch, because you're passive aggressive.
Y'all hold grudges
Yes, we do.
worse than that Chinese lady that came out of the TV. Oh no, that wasn't that. That was The Ring.
Yeah, I was like, where are you going?
That one. But like seriously, I have gotten into a fight with my best friends, a physical altercation, and then we looked at each other and said, "Well, that was fun. You want a beer? Yeah. All right, cool. Here you go, bro.
Yeah.
You get me next time." You know, like,
Right.
like that's just how men are. Like, we're aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it is. I don't know why this is a controversial topic. I don't understand how people don't understand this.
I don't either.
Back to what we were saying, ladies, if you treat a man like shit,
Mm-hmm.
you're just hurting other women.
Mm-hmm.
Because then that man is going to treat another woman like shit because he doesn't trust them.
Yep.
And it's really hard for a man to break that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Really hard. I'm mentally tough. I am mentally resilient. And I'll just be open and honest. I haven't looked at a woman the same way in the last 8 months. It's like,
Yeah.
I've tried. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Nope. You're going to hurt me. Go away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just say it. I'm a good man.
You are.
That's what I was saying. I said this to a girl at the gym. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at my ex-girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I walked away.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, like, you're all missing out.
Did you feel good about yourself saying that?
No, not really. It's actually it's upsetting.
Yeah.
It's upsetting because it's upsetting because when you do that to a man, you don't allow a man to treat a woman how he wants to treat one. Because now he's having to think too much of how to actually be with a. I said this to Dakota the other day. I'm like, oh, no, not Dakota. I said this to my barber. He was talking to me about stuff, and I went, and we've had conversations before, and you know, we've had conversation. The last one we had on it, I was like, you know what, buddy? I have no fucking clue what to tell you anymore. I have no idea. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
I can't.
I have 2 blue lights. You have 1 blue light. Now you have 2 blue lights.
Your mic probably picked it up anyways.
Yeah.
But like,
You're talking to your barber.
I was talking to my barber and I was like, dude, I don't even know what to tell you anymore. I really don't. I'm floored.
Yeah.
I don't even know. So I'm just gonna go make a bunch of money and just go live life and be happy.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll tell you, you just spent it all on me.
I just spent $185 on a fucking dinner that was not worth $185.
No, it was not.
You're welcome.
I stated that it wasn't that great. But we live and we learn.
We live and we learn. Don't eat there again.
No, we can eat there when it's just their regular stuff, not their specials they're trying to do on Saturdays. If you've got a craft and you know it's good, stick to your craft.
Yeah.
That is why there is a few successful steakhouses in this city.
Not saying it wasn't good, just it wasn't $185 good.
No.
The best thing I probably had out of that was the sweet tea.
Yeah.
That was worth the money. That sweet tea was damn good.
Yes, it was. I will agree with you on that.
That $7 sweet tea.
Yep.
Probably $8.
Yeah.
How in the hell did our bill come out to that? Oh, it's because they brought out these fucking. Here's this bucket of mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Here you go. And here's this bucket of.
Which wasn't even that great.
Here you go. Here's this little $5. No, here's this little $8 thing of butter. Here you go.
Wasn't great.
Wasn't great.
But we live and we learn.
We live and learn.
We stick to what we know.
Yep, stick to what you know. We see you, Jeff. We'll be back.
Yes, we will. We could go next Saturday if we wanted to and see somebody perform.
Who's performing?
I'll have to communicate that off screen.
Okay. Am I performing? Do I don't know something that I don't know? What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Speaking of that, we have some stuff coming up we're going to do. We are going to have this kid come on here, and I'm going to interview him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to talk about where he's playing at. And this kid, he's young, and we have permission by his father, so we can have him on here. We'll keep it family oriented and friendly. This kid, you want to go see him, and the reason why is because one day you're going to say, I saw him before he was ever big.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't ever say that. Have I ever said that?
No.
No. This kid's ceiling is so high, he doesn't even realize how good he is.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to have him on here so you all can witness this. He's already been on the podcast. We just haven't interviewed him, and we haven't.
Right.
Yeah. I've played with him.
That's what we're going to do next.
She has a nice dress on.
She does.
Speaking of that, this is also where it's difficult for a man. The way that women are portraying themselves in this world is that a man just can't walk up to a woman and be like, man, you look really good in that.
Mm-hmm.
Your hair's nice.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. That is a mindset that I had to change myself.
Like before you used to be able to do that and they would be receptive of that. But now it's like, fuck you. What the fuck? You looking at me? You know, like, oh, okay, I didn't know you were a man. You know, like, calm down, honey. I gave you a compliment. I didn't tell you to go fuck off. Like,
right,
you know,
yeah.
like. That was a hard thing about being in the North, by the way. I did this at work, and I didn't realize that I did it until the lady looked at me like she was going to kill me, because there's a difference between Northern and Southern people. She said something, I went, well, dang, honey, I just, you know. And to me, that's normal.
Yeah.
She looked at me like, honey. And I went, I'm sorry, I'm from the South, and that's just
how we talk.
That's just how we talk, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I said that, she went, okay, just don't do that again. I went, I won't, I'm sorry. Well, honey, excuse me? I didn't know. Saying, well, honey, like, you know, Damn, I didn't know that was offensive.
All right, apparently.
I didn't say God bless you. God bless your heart. I should have said that. She'd be like, oh, thank you. And I was sort of laughing, like, oh, okay.
Well, shit.
God bless your heart.
Mm-hmm.
I would really like to do like episodes where we like get on some heavy topics
Mm-hmm.
and just stick to them.
We're getting there.
I know. And there we go. This is what I don't think people realize. What we're doing isn't like, this is a craft. This is art.
Yes.
If you haven't been on here and tried doing all of the things that we do, which is versatility, and talking about random things and talking about many things and trying to talk about stuff that's not in a offensive way, and trying to talk about stuff that's not completely off the wall. It's rather difficult. So you should try to come on here and do that.
It is.
I don't see none of you all doing this.
Nope.
But y'all like to talk shit about us doing this, maybe because you all can't.
Or you try to do it
And it goes nowhere.
and it goes nowhere and you give up after only like a couple episodes.
Right. Like we're
not giving up. We're at 51.
Well, it's not even like giving up. It's like, this is just scratching the surface of our conversations. I mean, like,
Yes.
sometimes we get on the phone and we'll be like, dude, this. And we'll talk for hours on it. Like, we'll just be like, this and this, and we'll look at this. And, you know.
I mean, sometimes it's just you rambling. Yes. But yes. Joe is learning to allow others to speak. But I allow you to process. Because you know that when I'm going to speak and you start talking over me, I'm going to speak louder than you to get my point across. And then you're like, oh, I need to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting there.
I'm already there. I back off, you know.
You do, but sometimes
change
you
my
don't.
tone.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I went through things that made me quiet. So me speaking is actually new. I didn't really ever talk.
I agree with you.
So I'm miles ahead of where I used to be, but like, you know.
Yeah. And I get that because I did not go through the same things that you did, but because of the energy that we carry when we were younger, we were told to stifle it. And now as adults, we're like, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
speak my mind.
I'm going to speak my mind, but I'm also going to let my light shine.
Yeah.
This little light of mine. You don't know that song. Maybe you do.
No. Nope.
We're not going to church right now, so.
Oh.
But now I really want to play it for you in the car.
I have Alice in Chains stuck in my head, so that's what's going on.
Nope, we're going to change it in the car.
Please stand for me. Anyways. Damn.
I really hope my phone's not dead.
You hope your phone's not dead?
I mean, yeah, it was at like 70% when we started.
I know it's not dead because if it was, that blue light wouldn't be on.
True.
We need to plug that in like that every single time because then it has the lights on it.
Yeah,
and
I
I'll know
know.
if the mics are working.
I always plug it in that way.
I know. I'm saying like,
Yeah.
I'm like saying like I can see it, so I know.
Yeah. Yeah, but your tone made it seem like I don't do it that way always. I always
No,
do
no,
it
that's
that
what
way.
I'm saying.
Okay. That's why I'm clarifying. Instead of just assuming that you're putting me down for not doing it right.
I know.
Because remember, we've had spats about technology.
that conversation was not coming up with a solution. It was my brain thinking and saying, we need to do this because that way, this and that and this.
Correct.
That's not a solution.
Which all happened through text message, which could have been alleviated with a phone call.
Yeah, I know.
But
We've done it. We've done it before.
We've both been.
We've done it before. Like, she'll call me or I'll call her. Like, what the fuck is happening? No, I was just saying this. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Talk to you later. Like, see you.
Right. It's asking clarifying questions.
I don't even know how people communicate with text messages anymore because, like,
oh, I know.
Like, you can be trying to joke around and have like a just fun conversation, and you don't know what that other person is going through. You don't know where their emotional state is, so they might read it in a different way.
Oh, I know that's true because I know I've talked about this before. I don't think I've ever. No, I have talked about it on the podcast. I had something going on in my life, and the person could clearly not read the room. I got an image that I did not need when that happened. And I didn't want to have to pull this card, but I had to pull that card.
You want me to say what it was?
No, I think people can just kind of get it with the way that I'm talking. But yeah, I was sent an image. Didn't stop saying it. And then
Why are you upset about a kitten?
Okay.
What are you talking about?
No.
Say it.
No, I'm not saying it. I had to pull I didn't want to pull this card, but I had to pull dude, my grandpa just died. Read the room.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I don't understand how people can't communicate through text message. You know.
Hey, guys. Not the right move.
No.
Leave some mystery.
That too. If we want one, we'll ask for it.
Yes, they will.
Because it comes back to our conversation of being honest.
And even if they ask for it, don't do it. Because then it'll drive them crazier.
We're not revealing all of secrets on the podcast.
And then they'll want to know.
Are we now turning this into a Psyche 101 class?
And then it don't take much. It don't take much. You home? That's it. Sorry, ladies. I didn't mean to disclose information.
I'm just telling all of our secrets.
I know.
You should take your mic before you tell more.
If you're at a bar.
Stop!
Hell no, I'm not going to give away all the secrets. I got to have some.
Okay.
All these dumbass men walking around here. Figure it out. Come on.
Please, time's ticking.
Yeah, time's ticking. Figure it out, guys. See, I don't talk shit about women. I talk shit about men. I'll talk shit about men more than I'll talk shit about women.
Yeah.
I just don't do it because she's here.
Appreciate that.
Because I can't get into the mindset of being like, men, stop being fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Because now you're making good women not like how men treat them, and then they're going to think all men treat them that way, which then when you have a good man, he's going to get burned, which then is going to make a good man treat a woman bad, and then
it's just a vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle in our society.
Yep.
And if you all don't like that, shove it up your ass. I don't care. I've had enough. Damn, that thing is mint.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. It's mint. Look at her. She's dancing too. Look, oh, she got that stanky leg in there. I saw that girl.
And on that note.
I'll give it a sec. Wait for all the traffic to go by. What time is it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, now that we just completely dismantled reality, we got, seriously, we're going to have a kid on here who plays music so that you all can see him because he's really good. We're going to
Got some upcoming things.
We're going to also film other podcasts and like focus on doing certain things. We're going to attempt to get Lisa and Lexi to do a woman's podcast. And if you're a guy out there and you would like to attempt to come on here and have a conversation about life and being a man in this world we're living in, hit us up.
Yep.
I'm just going to let you know, this isn't easy to do.
No, it's not.
Be a fucking man, swallow it, and come on here.
It's better to quitters.
Huh?
Nothing.
I'll just say a prayer for my boy Dakota. I'll just say that. Just say a prayer for my boy Dakota.
Oh, I have to end it? I already know what your brain is thinking. You're not going to end it.
What's my brain thinking?
No, I'm not saying that.
Say it.
You know.
What is it?
Men always get to finish first, so you might as well.
It's surprising we've made it longer than 7 minutes, to be honest. Maybe 8 if I'm on a good day. Definitely 4.
Okay.
It's Cincinnati against the world. And we're Natty Talks, and
it is Cincinnati against the world, and we're at the helm.
Under the
just like how it is. A woman has to finish it.
Did you think there's any fish in there? You're probably gonna go fishing. Time out, don't turn it off. I saw a video of this lady. Or is it on? Is it on? I saw a video of this lady. She was yelling at these ducks because she thought this male duck was hurting a female duck. She's like, get off of her! Get off of her! And she got out into the water and tried to get these ducks. If you see a male duck, a male duck, and then you see a female duck, and the male duck is doing this, he's flapping his wings and they look crazy. Just remember, some of us like a little bit of, crazy, a little song, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And ducks are no different. And that's just how they do it. So don't be crazy and jumping into the water and stopping nature, because it's just how it goes, If you really want to know how crazy it is, maybe you all should watch like an alligator or something like that. That's a wild one. Or even a horse, or I don't know. What other? See, right there. Getting ready. Look, you want me to go out there and stop them? I'll be right back. Let's go.